Good evening. Welcome to the first iteration of the Connie Korbelic Podcast, Radiate in 8. I hope you all are doing well tonight. This is Radiate in 8, where we rest, we reset, and elevate. Little something new here for you guys just to tune into. A Tuesday night pause where in 8 minutes, my intent here is to help you feel seen, valued, and supported. In this day and age, we all are carrying so many things, seen and unseen, and the public speaker and well-known individual, Simon Sinek, says when someone's walking through a hard time, it only takes 8 minutes of support to get them back on track. And that's what this space is for. So grab your coffee or your tea. I've got mine. And let's talk. Let's just talk. Let's take it back to the days of Delilah. Did I just age myself? Man, those are some good times. But I'm going to try and just sum up my thoughts tonight in 8 minutes. And we might go a little bit longer. But I was reflecting over the weekend, just over the week, and outside of this, I have a full-time job. And this past week, we saw a peer, leave our organization for personal reasons. And there's always sadness associated with those types of departures. And this week, it's been hard walking past the desk and just seeing the empty desk and missing that person's energy and their contributions. And they're just their energy, and just the person they were for the team and the environment. And we wish the individual well, and a bit bittersweet, sad to see them go, but wanting to support them in general. And then I began to think just about Gen Z and the challenges they face with shrinkflation and inflation and, the wages to housing and income gap there. Just, home ownership for Gen Z is not something that is on the forefront right now for them. And it makes them feel inferior. And, they're standing on a shaky economy. And, God does his best work in uncertainty. But in uncertainty, one thing I have always leaned into was wisdom. And I feel like I'm always like the older person in the room. Like I know the right thing to do or the right things to say at the right times. But, I go back to, biblical things that encourage me and uplift me in the hardest of times. And one of those being Proverbs 3:5-6. Everyone pretty much knows that very, very well. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding, and he will direct your path, as some versions say. But then there's like the new international translation, I think, that says he'll make your path straight. And I really enjoy that iteration or translation of it. So many times in life, whether it's with careers or whether we're facing, life challenges and hardships, we always expect, it to be straight, like point A to point B, and it never really is. But when God gives you that clarity, your road and your path becomes straight. And there's so much peace and confidence to be found in that. But further, everyone knows Proverbs 3:5-6, but really further in that chapter and stuff, verse 13, and I'm actually going to go to it. It's one of my favorites, but it says, "Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding. For she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her." And there's such peace and comfort for me in those two verses there. But actually it goes on to say in verse 18, "She is a tree of life. To those who take hold of her, those who hold fast will be blessed." Those who hold her fast will be blessed. And wisdom has helped me, see around corners and really get through those challenges, whether it's career setbacks or, my dealings with chronic illness, or family things, just, life in general. My family's been through fires, and just my brother's had illnesses as well. Just the hardships, like wisdom has always been there for me to lean on and to gain understanding and kind of help me have a peace about the situation. And I'm grateful for that wisdom that I've gained through my own career experiences, the setbacks, the detours, and they have become the rubies that I carry with me. They defined who I am as an individual. And if you're facing, career setbacks or life challenges, take those opportunities to cherish them as rubies. They're there to help you see a strength in yourself. So maybe, tonight you're wrestling with something you didn't ask for, a challenge, a struggle, something you're trying to overcome, uncertainty in your career, your finances, or what's next, Lean into that wisdom. It's never going to remove the challenge. It's never going to change the circumstance. But wisdom will give you the light to your path to guide you through it. I'm going to take a sip here. I've always enjoyed having a little downtime in the evenings to just rest, reflect, reset, prepare myself for the next day and what's coming. I see you, Bren. Thank you so much for tuning in. One of your favorites. Fantastic, Bren. Awesome. There were a couple things I read recently just on wisdom, and one of them I had to look up, actually. And the statement was, it's the province of knowledge to speak, and it is the privilege of wisdom to listen. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. But I was like, what does province actually mean? So when I looked it up, it says an area of special knowledge, interest, or responsibility. I just thought that was so profound. It's the province of knowledge to speak. So basically we're saying it's an interest or responsibility or knowledge to speak. And it's the privilege of wisdom to listen. So today I'm listening, looking for that wisdom in my own situations and biblically in my own faith. And knowledge only becomes wisdom only after it's been put to good use. I hope you guys have gotten value from this short Radiate Innate little segment of the Connie Korbelic Podcast. And if you like this content, I also have another live stream podcast on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we talk about career reinvention, going from feeling invisible to making an impact in what is your purpose and your destiny and your unique experiences. This has been your Radiate Innate. You are seen, supported, reset. Until next time, keep shining.